Hello everyone and welcome back. In this short video we look at selective attention and how our brain is programmed to ignore the good stuff, which it does for our safety. Did you know that your brain can literally make a massive change, a beautiful solution, or a moment of deep peace completely invisible to you? It's a psychological phenomenon known as selective attention. Our brains are bombarded with millions of pieces of sensory data every single second. To prevent our systems from overloading, the brain has run a massive filtering program where it decides what tiny fraction of information is allowed to enter our conscious awareness, and it filters out almost everything else. The famous invisible gorilla experiment demonstrates this perfectly and where our focus goes. When research participants were asked to count how many times a basketball was passed, half of them completely failed to notice a person in a gorilla suit walk right into the middle of the game and beat his chest. They weren't physically blind. Their brain's selective attention filter simply decided the gorilla wasn't relevant to their task and erased it from their conscious awareness. So, what does this have to do with your daily stress and safety? If you're chronically overwhelmed, your brain's selective attention filter is currently set to threat mode. Because you run on default stress scripts, your brain assumes that your primary task is survival. It selectively highlights every potential problem, every critical comment, and every pending demand. But here is the devastating cost. While it is hyper-focused on those threats, it's actively filtering out the gorillas of safety. It makes the support, the solutions, and the small moments of daily peace happening right in front of you invisible. You literally cannot see the good stuff because your brain's gatekeeper has labeled it irrelevant. Its task is to keep you safe. So if you want to find peace, you cannot just wait for your circumstances to become perfect. You have to retrain your brain's gatekeeper. You can begin to shift your selective attention filter today with this two-step practice. First, catch the threat bias. When you find your mind looping on what could go wrong, gently state, my brain is currently filtering for threats. It is choosing to ignore the safety in this room. Second, assign a new counting task. What I mean by that is, for just 2 minutes, consciously look around your environment and name 5 small things that are working well, things that are peaceful, things that are supportive right now, people in your life. By giving your brain a new task, you force the gatekeeper to adjust its filter. Remember, you only see what you're looking for. So if you're ready to stop the default threat filter and you want a structured daily way to retrain your mind's selective attention, please get the emotional stability personal check-in and then enroll for the stress interpreter reset that you've heard so much about. It will reset your focus from threat to safety. You can find the links in the next slide as always. And I'd urge you to stop waiting for things to magically fix themselves. Start resetting your interpretation today. Here are the links as usual: Paco Straw's Emotional Stability Personal Check-In, the Tier 1 Stress Interpreter Reset, and the catalogue of books. And as always, please don't forget, if you have a podcast or a newsletter or coaching practice, or a community for women focusing on emotional well-being, please get in touch. I would love to contribute a guest article, an interview, a workshop, or have a discussion for your audience. The link to contact me is below. Thanks as always for watching. Thanks for looking out for good stuff rather than only the bad stuff. Take a deep breath as always, and I'll see you next time.